The market pulls back to our target area, then breaks 4,000 as expected. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market followed our path almost perfectly today, pulling back to 39.30. We were looking for 39.22, and then bouncing and driving up over 4,000 as expected. Now the bulls will look for one more pullback and one more push higher before they have a really big test ahead of them. I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, we had another great day in the market today. We've had a great week. We've had a great several weeks. We do really well. And this testimony you see on the screen here is what it's all about for me. So I'm going to read it because I know it's very small on some of these screens. It says, quick testimony, all credit to those who deserve credit. This room is nothing short of amazing, and our leader is the most honest, genuine, consistent, intelligent source of trading I have found. A big heartfelt thank you to JG for everything. This Discord group deserves high honor. Consistent, high percentage wins based on technicals. What more could you ask for? I am grateful. Cheers to my mate Atfaki for leading me here. This is what it's all about for me, guys. There are plenty of people out there who sell trading advice. That's not what I do. I teach people how to understand the market, how to win at trading, and how to trade so that they can do it themselves and take control of their finances to improve their lives, to build retirement accounts, to do those things. I would love to have you on board. If you want to know more about that, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 2-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as we talked about yesterday, we were looking for this little 4 down here, down towards 39.22. They ended up pulling it back towards 39.30 and then shot up from there, and that's where we entered, and we rode that lightning all the way up near the top. We got out at about 39.80 at the resistance level because we're not trying to get blood from a stone. We want to get out before a quick reversal happens, and so we got out at about the 39.80 level for a very nice day today. And then the market shot up over 4,000 at the close, as expected, getting just shy of 4,007, what we were looking for. It got to 4,004 and has pulled back from there. Now, in theory, what should happen here is we should see a bigger pullback in 4 down towards 39.33. And from there, another move higher up towards 40.30. I don't know if we will get the full move down to 39.33. The pullbacks have been pretty short in this move up. It's been a pretty good bull run. So we may not get that 39.33 level, but that is the level you would expect. And then you would expect to push up towards 40.30 to 40.50. Even as high as 4,100 if they really take off and want to push this higher. So the counts that we're tracking, okay, first we have our black count, which is our primary count. We have the big wave A here. That was the bottom at 36.40, at least the bottom for now, I should say. Then you have A, B, and we're trying to complete this bracketed C wave up here to complete this wave A, okay? So off of this A, you would have an A, a B wave down, and then a C wave up for wave B, because remember this all subdivides. So your wave B should be up around 4,200 or so, and then you would look for a C wave down towards 3,300 from there. But what we're trying to do now is fill out this C right here towards, as I said, 40.30 up to as high as 4,100, and then from there we should see a pullback. And that pullback leads us to our next count, which should tell the story for us. So if we get what we're expecting, a pullback and then a move higher up towards that 40.30 region, from there, that pullback will tell the story. And the other count we're tracking is our orange count here, and that is the leading diagonal off the low that could signify that the low is in if it's able to follow through. So from that count, you would get wave 1 up and wave 2 down, and now you're building wave 3 up, okay? Instead of this C wave, you're in a 1, 2, 3 instead of an ABC. Then you would get a wave 4 pullback towards the 39.80, 39.70 region. Just depends on where this wave 3 tops, if that's what it's going to be. Then you get a pullback towards that region, and it would hold, and then you'd push higher to 4,200 plus from there. If that happens, we have a leading diagonal for 5 up, and that looks like it could potentially be the bottom if we follow through on that count, okay? But there's a lot of work to do for that to happen. So the two counts that we're tracking here are the ABC up for this A wave, and then you would expect a much deeper pullback, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up in orange, where once we get to this 4,100 level, we would see a shallower pullback. For the bears, they're going to want to break down below 39.11. If they can break through this zone, this 50% retrace here, then it is a signal that we may have topped in this wave. And this could be a shallower C wave than we expected, just over 4,000 instead of up to 40.30. At that point, we would look for a B wave down to hold support. And if that breaks and we can't hold that B wave support, then it could be that this was a bigger wave 4 up and we would get a wave 5 down towards 3,300 from there. That is not my primary. I do think that we need to see or will see 4,200 before we see 3,300, but that is a possibility that we need to track. So the key level for the bears is to break is 39.11. If they can do that, then we'll see if we're getting the B wave down from there or if they're going to go ahead and try to break this low and head lower at that point. Okay, so over on the NASDAQ, we have a very similar setup off of the low. We have our A wave down, then our A, B, and C is tracking up right now. So that is our primary, the black count here, where we would be tracking this C wave up towards this 12,828 level. We were looking at 12,545, but the NASDAQ has been leading the charge here and has been overextending its targets. And that's actually a good thing. You want tech to be in charge. You want people to have faith in tech again. This doesn't mean that the bottom is in, and we could definitely see lower, but we want people to have faith in tech again, given the financial indicators in the market right now. So tech leading the charge is a good thing. They overshot the 1.0, which is great. We would look for a pullback here to about 12,300, 12,400, and then a shoot higher up towards this 12,828 area to complete the A wave. Then we would look for the bigger B wave down towards 11.7, maybe even 11.8. If it gets that high, we'll have to adjust this level down here. We would look for B wave support and then a C wave up towards that 14,000 region. For their leading diagonal, okay, they have a 1, 2, and then we're counting up to 3 at that point. Same exact look as the black count to here, and then what we would see is a pullback that holds in the 12.4, 12.3 region, 12.400, 12.300, and then a move higher up towards this 13.2 to 13.300 region, where that would look like a 5 up off of the lows as a leading diagonal. One thing to note is if that count plays out, you would see a sharp sell-off, as diagonals typically have, where you kind of have, some people call it a rising wedge instead of a diagonal, but you have that move up and then a sharp sell-off on both indexes after that. Okay, so those are the counts we are following. The key level for the bears to break on the NASDAQ right now is the 12,089 level. If they can push down below that, then it becomes problematic for the bulls. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, okay, and it will take you right over to our website. Once you get there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial, and that's because I want you to get in there, test it out, become part of our trading family, and make sure you love it before you ever spend a penny. Our first room is my Invest with Jacob room. In there, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months. So we don't trade typically quite as often as a day trading room does, although lately we've been doing that more. So if you are looking for day trading, as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. You've seen these guys have 800% wins, 1,400% wins, and that's all about how the trade is structured. He can get you in very cheap and then multiply your gains very quickly. It's something you really need to see to understand, which is why we give you that 7-day free trial so that you can get in there and make sure it's for you before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account, and he's using disciplined trading methods using mini ES futures to build that account, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in here so we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We're looking for the bulls to pull back potentially as low as 39.33 and then push higher towards that 40.30 to 4,100 area. If they cannot hold 39.33, 39.11 is the key level for the bears. If they can break that down, then we may be looking lower at that point, and we'll have to see if we hold this B wave support. Over on the NASDAQ, we're looking for a pullback, okay, that holds the 13.3, 13.2 area and pushes higher up towards this 12.828 to complete that, potentially wave 3 or A wave. Okay, and if they break down below 12.089, then we'll have to see if they can hold the B wave support to see if this was all of wave A and the C wave up. We would see if they could hold support to push higher. If not, and they break that support, then we would expect new lows at that time. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink. Enjoy your family. Do something fun. I'm going camping this weekend in a new RV, and I'm going to have a great time with my family. Do the same with yours, and I will talk to you next week.